A student writes her admission essay about Costco and hot dogs, and she gets accepted by Stanford and a number of different Ivy League schools. Brett just gave a little shout out because Brett went to
Organized
Stanford.
1891.
Okay. So what's interesting about this is, first of all, I should preface it by saying that she's very smart. High GPA, great SAT scores. Let me just kind of paraphrase because it's a really lengthy essay. In fact, we'll include the link. You guys can read it. So to summarize, according to the article, it says the seemingly innocuous act of consuming a $1.50 hot dog combo eventually leads her to believe Costco is the apex of consumerism, evolving into a philosophical discussion of free will and Nutella, and how the experience paralleled with her academic interests and curricular proclivities. Now, I want to read one little quick sentence in her essay. She says, quote, "I was a conquistador, but rather than searching the land for El Dorado, I scoured aisles for free samples. Before inevitably being whisked away into a shopping cart, I scaled a mountain of plush toys and surveyed the expanse that lay before me. The kingdom of Costco." And she goes on and on and on and on. And please read it before you form an opinion about it. But what do you guys think about her essay?
It's a
That's
good
how you should
essay.
write an essay.
It's pretty brilliant.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It made me, wonder what I wrote my essay about, and I couldn't remember, which tells you how good it was. But it made me feel really bad that I wasn't, it's so creative, and I don't know.
I wrote mine about goldfish crackers.
Wait, what?
So then we should.
You swear to God?
My entrance essay was about goldfish crackers.
Wait, are you kidding right now?
No.
Because Stanford clearly loves
They love food. Just write about food.
Yeah.
Write about food and mass-produced goods that are probably
What'd you write
giving
about?
you cancer.
What?
I wrote about it was about my experience. I went to a summer program abroad, actually at Stanford with my friend, and we spilled goldfish on the ground, but we didn't want to clean them up. So we applied the principles of calculus, which meant that if we stepped on them an infinite number of times, they would mathematically disappear. Their size would approach infinity and they would
amazing.
disappear.
You and this girl are kindred spirits.
Yeah,
I do too.
That's what we did.
Did it work?
Yeah, they got in.
That's
What did you get?
No, I mean the
Oh, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then there was a little bit about the gap between reality and theory.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is very impressive.
Yeah, never wrote anything that good since.
This
But
is crazy to me because most people will, if they're gonna, their essay might be about maybe something that they overcame, like some sort of trauma,
hardship.
or
you're going you're probably applying to a liberal arts university. And if you're doing so, at least the admissions committee is a bunch of fuzzies, as they're called. They're not the techies, they're the fuzzies. They're the ones who are like, we're looking for the best student. And like the idea of what they want evolves over time. But your ability at the higher tier schools, your ability to go across different disciplines and bring it all together is what they're looking for. They want someone interesting to hang around that will have those discussions at 1:30 in the morning with future founders of huge companies.
How long is the essay? Because
There's multiples.
I went to UCLA, but because I swam, I didn't have to fill out any application. I just
Really?
Yeah.
So you were just like, please come swim for us?
I was a scholarship.
Nice.
They recruit you, and you kind of bypass all of that. That's the
They were
benefits
like,
of
can
being
you just fill out the name
an
and
athlete.
spell everything right?
That's the benefits of being an athlete. So tell me, what was the essay process? Yes, sorry.
I had a question because I feel like I really got shafted in the essay process after listening to guidance counselor Brett Ehrlich because I really should have. Look, I'm a lesbian who was raised in Belgium and my father is a priest. Okay, that is that's like the albino
The Holy
saxophone
Grail,
player from
yeah.
Alaska. You know what I mean? Come on. I should have been in to a lot more schools. And you know what I wrote my essay about?
What'd you write
Because
it
my
about?
mom told me, again, I don't know why.
What'd
I love
she
my
tell you
mom.
in her voice?
I love you, but I don't know why I listened to her. She was like, you want to let them know that you have a global perspective, that you're the leader of the world, that you could...
You're Kanye West.
They're like, that you could be the leader of tomorrow, and you need to let them know that. So I wrote an essay about...
I'm going to be the leader.
No, I wrote an essay about how I was scared of Russia getting too powerful.
Wow. That is not what your mother told you. That is not what...
I feel like you didn't
That's
do it.
not
at
what
all.
she told you to do, to be fair.
And I wrote this whole thing about how I was going to learn Russian in college because then I
Just
could
in
maybe
case?
reason with them and diplomacy. And I had no basis for any of this.
hilarious.
It was
Sorry.
not well researched, and saying it out loud, it's very offensive, and I don't stand by it at all. But I thought that that's like what they were looking for.
It just boils down to your mom was literally saying,
my mom-
tell them that you're a unicorn, and
you're
you were like, we've got to stop Putin.
And I didn't. And the thing was, I played basketball as well. So, and I remember that I got into a school because I played basketball. But they did make a comment about the essay, just like maybe
They did?
Yeah, they just said like this is maybe not.
Just don't do the essay.
Yeah, just like, would you rethink about writing it? And I went to my dad. I was like, it looks like there's some grammar errors. And my dad was like, all right. Like there was no one in there that should have been like,
Yeah,
no.
your guidance counselor's not don't rely on your guidance counselor, because we have a lot of young fans who are in high school and junior high. You can't rely on your guidance counselor. Another thing they're looking for is for you to be interested in something.
Yeah, like Russia.
Whatever it is, pursue it, because you're going to get
Diplomacy.
interviewed, and they just want to hear you talk about something that you're passionate about.
What'd you say that you were interested in?
I had an
Goldfish.
interview with Columbia where I just was like, in the interview was like, I don't know. I'm not really into anything. And as I'm saying it, and I got waitlisted at Columbia, but I was like,
I gotta
that's
figure this
probably
out."
why. I need to figure it out. The guy probably was like, doesn't care about literally anything.
But isn't it part of going to college for people like you that didn't know what they were interested in? I mean, that's part of college. You get to
Yes.
go
Yes.
and like
Yeah.
expand your horizons and take a basket weaving class and a trigonometry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Take all kinds of classes
Yeah.
and figure it out.
It's amazing.
You're right.
That's what college is for. You go tell that to Columbia.
Yeah.
That you know what?
Up yours, Columbia.
Okay, you guys, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.